ขึ้นแล้ว
Hi everyone. Today we are going to tell you about the story Another. Start with the unnamed advocated science laboratory with numerous scientific equipments and scientists. The scientists in the room appear to be having a serious discussion with each other. Among them are the head of the scientists, Paul Roller, with Peter Coloniello, Chris Healy, and Mark Yonois.
You sure you want to do this, Peter?
Yes, I'm feeling pretty sure of myself, Paul.
I mean, you all know that we haven't tested this thing on other humans. You could die, Peter.
It will work. I'm willing to take the risk for science for the future of humanity.
Peter then steps into the tasting chamber. After a while, several needles inject into various parts of his body. Other scientists monitor him closely. After the procedure, Peter steps out of the chamber. The experiment went as smoothly as we expected. Peter should now have a surprising amount of healing factor down to the cellular level. He should also have superhuman physical strength as well.
Can you feel if anything has changed at all, Peter?
No, nothing. I'm still the same old me. What is going on?
There must be something wrong. Go over the footage again. There must be a mistake somewhere.
The team went over the recorded footage many times, looking at each step of the procedure closely for many hours.
It's over, everyone. We still can't find anything wrong with it. Admit it, Paul. These things will go bust.
Paul thinks to himself for a moment.
All right, team, this project is a fresh failure. Pack your things, let's go home.
At the next location, suburban home, during the night, Peter parks his car in the garage and goes straight to the bedroom.
I'm so tired.
After that, he collapses on the bed and falls asleep instantly. After a while, his unconscious body begins to get up, move itself across the room and outside the house. At the same unnamed science laboratory building. We cut the same laboratory building, but this time, it's almost empty at night, except for the two people in the room. Chris and Mark, they appear to still be making calculations and doing over the footage of the experiment. Two sleeping bags lay on the floor behind them.
I should have been at home watching over my kid right now, Chris. I still don't think it's a good idea to sneak back here this late.
No, Mark. Paul already deemed this a failure. In the morning, he would have ceased this project altogether and started moving out the equipment. I think we only have tonight to find out what went wrong. There must be something we failed to notice.
Fine, I guess you're right. This is our only chance.
Mark notices something on the right.
Hey, look at that. Someone's heading right for us.
Really? I think it better not be a ghost. If it kills me before I find out what's wrong with the project, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off. We can see part of the figure's face. It resembles Peter.
Oh, hey. What you doing back here this late? Are you here to help us?
Peter says nothing. If you are not gonna help us, fine. Please continue watching us suffer. Suddenly, a huge force emerges from Peter's direction. It collides with Chris's face hard. Several teeth fly out of his mouth. His body flew back meters and hit the wall. Chris groans.
What the hell, dude? I know you're upset with the project too, but why'd you?
Peter's abnormally muscular leg suddenly kicks Mark in the stomach, sending his body flying backwards, shattering the glass chamber behind.
It can't be. This power is too strong to be from a human. What are you?
Mark gets kicked in the face again and he faints. Move to the next place, Peter's house in the morning. Peter wakes up in his bed, still in his work uniform from yesterday, but it is now ripped around the edges. Peter looks at it for a moment and then shrugs it off. He then goes on to take a shower and goes downstairs to make himself a coffee. All of a sudden, his phone rings and then he picks it up.
Hello, this is Peter Colonello speaking.
Oi, Peter, where are you? Oh, wait, I don't care. It's Paul. Come to the hospital quickly. Mark and Chris were attacked last night.
Holy mother God! I will be there right away.
Peter then gets in his car and rushes to the hospital as the camera follows. The town's central hospital reception desk. Peter rushes to the receptionist sitting behind a counter.
Room number for Chris Healy and Mark Jonas, please.
Let me check. It's room number 237. And please be more quiet, sir. This is a hospital, you know?
Peter runs up the stairs and into room 237. He opens the door and finds both Chris and Mark laying on the two beds. There are many bruises and cuts on their bodies, arms, and legs. Surrounding the two are Paul and their team of the scientists.
Looks like the man of the hour is here.
What happened? Who did this to you guys?
You! It was you, Peter. You were the one attacking us. But your body seems to be bigger than it was yesterday. What have you done?
What are you talking about? I was at home sleeping.
Liar! Mark and I definitely saw your face last night at the lab. If it was not you, then who else, huh?
I don't understand. What?
At the same time, a second voice suddenly speaks up and talks to Peter inside his head. The voice is deep and menacing.
I did it, Peter. It was me.
What? Nani? Who said that?
The scientists then look at Peter with an interesting expression. Even Chris and Mark stop yelling and curiously look at Peter too.
No, Peter, who are you talking to?
Peter then feels too much pressure from the people inside the hospital room. His body trembles with fear. Frightened, he runs outside the hospital, passing and almost bumping into many doctors and patients.
Well, there goes using both again. I said this is a hospital. God damn it.
Near the central hospital parking lot, Peter leans himself against the building wall. He is exhausted but can still remember the voice in his head. He then tries his best to calm himself down by taking deep breaths and quietly talks to himself.
I'm not imagining things.
I am not imagining things.
Peter shudders.
Who are you?
Why don't you use the science brain of yours to think for a moment, huh?
The experiment yesterday
Oh,
is not a success. What is?
oh, a success it sure is, yes.
I don't believe this. You were made from the serum that the team made. This is unreal.
This is a smart guy to be sure. Someone give him a prize.
So if the project is a success, that means I must have rapid healing capability and superhuman strength. This is the big news.
Oh, I'm afraid not. You're still the same, you remember?
Yeah, but that means it's what you who got the powers. You are the resource of our projects. I must go to tell the teams.
I knew it. I should have killed them.
Who are you talking about?
Those two in the bandages.
Chris and Mark, you heard them last night. Must been why I was sleeping. Why?
Let's just say it's my little stretching exercise. It makes me happy. Humans are so fragile.
That doesn't excuse your actions. You are very bad and terrible.
But it doesn't answer him back. He comes home and sleeps. He dreams about meeting his second character. They both are talking together and exchanging attitudes. They created a rule to live together peacefully. The most important rule is don't hurt the innocents. Finally, Peter gives the name to it, Another. Since then, they have lived together and helped people as usual. But one day, Peter accidentally meets the old man, who got attacked in the alley near his place. Another uses his power to protect that old man.
Stop that, you bitch!
Who the hell are you?
But another doesn't answer and he beats the bullier strongly. Finally, the bullier loses. Peter then comes back to his body.
Thank you, young man.
Peter is confused about what happened because another didn't tell him anything.
Okay.
Why you look different from just a few minutes ago?
Peter does not answer the old man's question and changes the conversation instead.
Anyways, you should go to a safe place and get some rest. I gotta go. Please take care of yourself, mister.
The old man hasn't even got the time to say goodbye. Peter suddenly disappears. After that, the police come to the area and arrest the criminal. On the other side of town, Nick Bilson is the boss of the Wolf, the biggest mafia gang in London, in England. The Wolf is the most well-known and dangerous gang that has many illegal businesses all around London, and they have many connections that make them survive from the conviction and stay above the law. He gets the news his member has beaten by a strange man. Nick is so angry and wants to pay revenge for his member. He then hires the best detective and assassin to search for that man.
Hey, you two have to do your work together and bring that man alive, okay? I want to make the one who attacks our family feel more suffering than our member has. I don't think I have to tell you what's gonna happen if you fail this work.
Peter arrives home and talks to another in his head without knowing that something bad is going to happen.
I don't know why I feel a little bit stressed about that brother. I think I have seen his tattoo from somewhere.
What are you talking about?
You did not see its neck, the size of a wolf. I think I have seen it on the news or something. That is the site of the biggest mafia group in London. I think we somehow ran into trouble.
London's most influential mafia gang? They should be eliminated.
Do you think that we can beat them all? Although we are strong, they still have so many people. It's more like running into the fire.
Don't be a coward. I will beat them all like a bitch on the floor. Please trust me.
Okay. But we should have a plan first.
The fun is about to get started.
Should we plan this with our science friends? Like the saying, two heads are much better than one.
Let's do it, buddy.
So Peter sends a message to his friends, which are Paul, Chris, and Mark, before he takes a rest to make an appointment to talk about the plan. The next day, he goes to the laboratory to make a plan with his friends by telling and showing them the truth.
Guys, the day that you guys were bitten by me, actually it was me, but it also wasn't me. I have another inside my body. He was the one who controlled my body that day.
Are you losing your mind or something? We don't believe you.
Suddenly, another shows itself.
Hello, my little chicks.
Peter, what's wrong with you? You gotta be kidding me, right? The serum shouldn't give this kind of result.
I was built from the serum. I am not Peter. I am another who is stronger than him.
We don't really want to accept it, but whatever it will be, will be. Peter comes back to his body. His friends understand everything, so they start the biggest plan that will bring London shines bright again.
So now everything is clear. Let's make plans.
All right, so what are you gonna do in the first phase, Peter?
I'm going to eliminate the Wolf Gang.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, isn't the Wolfgang the biggest mafia gang in London?
Yes, we must save London from them before it collapses in front of our eyes.
That seems difficult.
Sure, it's going to be a hard time, but what we are doing can lead the people to have freedom and peace.
Okay then, I will do it.
I will do it too. Let's get started. The plan starts with Paul and Chris inventing the specialized drone that has a high-quality GPS and tracking system. It can fly at any height without getting caught. By using the laboratory technology to locate where the wolf gang is, now they know that Nick Wilson and his group stay at the 1234 bar near the hotel. For protection, Mark builds the armor for Peter and another that increases the power, or you can call it a combat suit. And it is time for another. Peter changes to another and runs to the bar very fast. Another meets the gang members and he kills them all. They don't know what to do right now. They are scared and unconscious. Finally, another meets Nick. At first sight, Nick immediately remembers that he is the one who beat one of the gang members.
Ah, you are?
I am another.
Another runs to beat Nick, but Nick shoots him. Another falls down.
You are weak and pitiful. I will make you sleep forever.
I come to kill you for freedom.
Another uses his rage mode.
that get from Peter's applied serum that can increase his power more than 2,000 times. He kills Snake by punching his chest, and he dies seconds later. After that, another burns the bar and escapes outside without anyone knowing. Police come to the place and catch other members. The wolf fails. London comes into peace again. Happy ending.
So that is the end of our story. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.